Good afternoon. Welcome back to another edition of the Strictly Muscles Chronicles. My name is Martin. I'm a personal trainer, nutrition coach, and muscle activation technique specialist in Chicago. I've been putting together the Chronicles to provide exercise, nutrition, and mindset practices to help us all persevere well during the COVID-19 pandemic. My purpose is to help guide people to more resilient mental and physical lives. And I believe that nutritious eating, appropriate exercise, and healthy habits are all part of living a life of purpose and resilience. The focus for our nutrition this week is about adding or eating lean proteins with your meals. So yesterday I covered what portion size you could use for your proteins during your meals. So for females, you have 1 palm. For males, use 2 palms. If you're a person who isn't used to doing this, well, okay, start with 1 meal and add a palm. If you're a person who's used to doing it for your meals throughout the day and you're getting 2 to 3, maybe 4 meals a day, well, follow those portion sizes. So yesterday I mentioned what are foods that have protein? And you'd be surprised at all the foods that do consume at least some protein. Not all of them are going to be as efficient. And what I mean by efficient here is if I have a piece of, a serving size of chicken, it's going to have a lot more protein than, say, 2 apricots. So find what you like and what you have available and what you're able to cook and prepare them and eat those. So some examples, the normal things, meat, eggs, but some maybe things that you're not aware of. And this is for my folks that are watching that aren't meat eaters. Okay, so you have beans and legumes. Black beans, 7.62 grams of protein per half cup of cooked black beans. All the way down to lentils, 18 grams per 1 cup of cooked lentils of your protein. So that's pretty good sort. Those are pretty efficient. Fruits, all right, well, we have apricots. 2 small apricots will give you 1 gram. 1 small banana or medium-sized banana will give you 1 gram of protein. Avocados, 2.7 grams. That's pretty cool. That now you're seeing that you have options for you. Grains, if you're a person, again, who just doesn't have those as an option, but you have grains at home, well, the one that I found to be a good option for you would be regular or quick oats. 10.65 grams per 1 cup of cooked oats. That's pretty cool. Lastly, nuts and seeds. Well, chia seeds give you 4.7 grams per 2 tablespoons, and almonds 7.6 per 1/4 cup of whole raw almonds. So I hope that helps you. And those are just some examples I gave you. So for my clients that I work with, I'm going to go ahead and include a link in the description here that I email you. For anybody who's interested in having that link sent to you, go to strictlymuscles.net. Contact me through there, and I'll send you a link of what I use to determine what foods that I can add that are different than just meat and eggs.
Time for exercise. Over the last couple of weeks, we've covered some trunk exercises to cover front and back and rotation. So today I wanted to go over, let's go over the last cardinal plane, this side-to-side bending, okay? So I'm going to share with you the standing side bend exercise, and let me show you how I set this up. So we're using our door attachment, and I'm using my Black Diamond climbing band, carabiner, and then my tubes here. So you will have what you have available at home. Sometimes it's just an individual tube with a handle. Set it up with what you can, okay? With this exercise, I just did it. Your capabilities, what you're doing is just seeing how well you can do this motion. We're going to stay on one side, and then you would repeat on the other side for the desired number of reps that you want to do. Or what I encourage my clients to do, go for a feeling. Do you want to go for max effort? Do you want to go for a little bit less than that? Do you want it just enough to feel like you're getting a good contraction on that side? So for the exercise itself, what I do is I separate my feet about shoulder width apart. Take your arm, straighten it out. So that's the key to it. A lot of times people bend that arm, but I want you to lock that arm out, tighten up that shoulder blade, so pull that shoulder blade down towards your hip, and then the exercise, what you're going to do is side bend, okay? So notice how the bottom part didn't move at all. I didn't shift like this. I just stayed right over the top of it, taking the bottom of my rib cage to my hip bone. A cue I'll use for my clients is I'll say, hey, think about just taking your rib cage down to your pocket and then lift it up, but don't relax. Right there. So last thing I want to show on that, did you see where the cable ended? When I went to the side bend there, that tube ended right along my shoulder. I don't want to be out here in doing that because it actually then makes it a little bit more of an arm exercise. So be careful with that setup.
For mindset, something that really has hit home for us all right now is how much we've had to change. Now, some of us are really good at change. Others are not so good at change. My wife, she's pretty good at change. She likes it and she's able to adapt pretty quickly. I'm a bit slower, and I used to be at the point where I would fight and dig my heels in and everything like that. But I realized that, well, change is inevitable. There's a saying out there that you never step in the same river twice because it's constantly changing, just like life. This isn't anything fancy or anything new, but it ties into what I wanted to share with you today. And I read this back in January of this year. And it is this: be a person that can adapt, but doesn't mind adapting, who isn't afraid of change. Hopefully during this, I doubt that there's anybody during this thing that hasn't had some change and that they've been able to adapt to. So congratulate yourself for being able to do that, because that's pretty awesome that you've just accomplished something that you weren't sure you could do 2 months ago, 3 months ago. It's been forced upon you and you've had to react, but you had that strength inside to do it. So well done. I'm proud of you.